Something I've learned about myself recently is that a lot of people with ADHD experience something called RSD, which is rejection sensitive dysphoria. When I heard that for the first time, it didn't click. I've heard it years ago. And honestly, it didn't really click because it's not something that's talked about all the time. When I heard it again, I thought to myself, this explains so much. So RSD is basically when you experience a rejection, you experience criticism, fear, even the possibility that someone might be disappointed in you. The emotional reaction can feel extremely intense. So it's not just a little hurt, it is extremely overwhelming to a point that sometimes it is extremely debilitating. For someone with ADHD or for someone who's neurodivergent, those feelings, those emotions can be amplified. A small comment, a small misunderstanding can feel huge. It feels like huge rejection. It feels like the end of the world. And if somebody's being quiet, if somebody's distant, it can make your mind start wondering and start creating stories and start blaming yourself. And it's easy to start blaming yourself. So when I say I'm someone with big emotions, my emotions go from 0 to 100. Like I'm on 10. And I've learned that it's part of who I am. For someone with big emotions, it's how I process things. And when you don't understand that, for years I didn't understand it, it's easy to start believing that something's wrong with you. And the thing is, you're not going to start blaming everybody else. You're going to blame you. Something is wrong with you. You think you're too sensitive. You think you're too reactive. You're too emotional. You're too much. Have you ever been told this, that you're too much? Yeah. Understanding that your brain processes emotions differently can actually bring a lot of compassion for yourself. And you know those people who feel everything deeply, those highs are really highs, but sometimes those lows are extremely heavy. And for someone with big emotions, when something makes me happy, I feel it. I'm fully in it. When something's off, when something hurts me, I can't just brush it off. Some people are like, it's okay. It is what it is. I sit with it. I have to think about it. I replay it. My brain makes up stories. For a long time though, at this big age, I am 33 years old. For a long time, I thought something was wrong with me. I thought, okay, maybe I am a little too sensitive, like everybody says. I'm emotionally dysregulated. Why did you make me this way, God? Why did you make me feel so much? Am I too sensitive? Because why am I like this? The more I've grown, the more I've matured, the more I've realized that my sensitive heart isn't a flaw. Honestly, it just means that you experience life differently. We experience life differently. And the challenge isn't having big feelings. The challenge is learning what to do with them. And if you've grown with people who were also this way, or you were never taught how to deal with those emotions, it is challenging. And again, the challenge is not having the feelings. The challenge is figuring out what to do with them. But here's the thing. And lately, in this season right now, God has been teaching me this. He has been teaching me to understand how my brain works, to understand how RSD works and what it does to the brain. It's not meant to define you. Having big emotions is part of you. It's not a flaw. It helps to become more aware of what's happening inside you. And for me is being in faith, fighting my faith, being more rooted in my faith with God. And faith does not erase ADHD. It doesn't erase your big emotions. But it gives you a place to bring those emotions in instead of being controlled by them. Even if you don't have faith, you're not a believer, but being rooted in something, grounding yourself, So you bring in those emotions. So when I feel those big waves of emotions, I'm learning that I don't need to react immediately. For me, and for any believers, if you're a believer, bring it to God. The best way to deal with RSD, honestly, is to bring it to God. There are lots of tools to deal with it. Tool number one, if you're not a believer, I can say, hey, bring it in. Journal. Take a deep breath. And sometimes you have to take a deep breath. Whether you're a believer or not, you have to take a deep breath and think, okay, I need time to think. And what sometimes feels like rejection in the moment is most likely not even a rejection at all. It's in your head, it's in your brain. Sometimes it's just a feeling that needs space to settle. And if you're someone who feels things deeply like this, I'm here to tell you that you're not broken. You just have a heart. You just wear it on your sleeve. That's a common term. Your mind experiences things intensely. This world is chaotic. And this world is not made for us. And for us, we experience things intensely. And that intensity can actually become a strength when it's grounded in wisdom and when it's also grounded in faith. So if you're just a person with big feelings, you're just a girl with big feelings, you're on the spectrum somewhere, you're someone who struggles with RSD, I just want you to know that you're not alone. Learning how to bring those big feelings to God, how to journal those things, instead of letting them run your life, that's part of the journey of becoming. You have to learn not to let your feelings lead everything. Am I learning this at my big age? Yes. Yes, I am. I'm learning and still learning that my feelings are real. They are valid, but they're not always reliable. Your feelings lies, your anxiety lies. And I had to learn that not to let every emotion lead my decisions, lead my life. Because if you do, your life is going to be chaotic. Your life will be chaotic. It's just chaos. It's already chaos around us. And we can't let our emotions rule it. Because those emotions change constantly. Because sometimes I feel confident, and the next moment I'm feeling extremely insecure because I am in my head. Or one day I'm feeling hopeful, I'm on prayer, I'm in my word, I'm great, and then the next day I'm distraught, I'm discouraged, everything's happening. So you already know the enemy is whispering. He knows, and he uses that against you. And if we let our feelings steer the direction of our lives, we end up reacting to everything and anything. With maturity, emotional maturity, and spiritual maturity is learning to acknowledge your feelings without letting them control your action. Is it easier said than done? Absolutely. Nothing is ever easy, especially if you never learned how to manage them, if you never thought how to manage them. I was raised by someone whose feelings were all over the place. Emotions were all over the place. And I was never taught how to do it. And I was never taught. So when we feel deeply, when we feel those emotions, when those emotions are on 10, we have to choose a different response. And for me, that's when faith comes in. And for you, if you're watching this, that's where your faith comes in. Faith does not mean your feelings immediately stop. It doesn't mean you suddenly become emotionally numb. What faith does is give your emotions context. So instead of asking, why do I feel like this? I've started asking, what is God trying to teach me through this feeling? Again, do I do it all the time? No. And there are times that I failed miserably, that I felt, okay, I need to be logical. I need to pay attention. And in In those emotions, when that's happening, I never stop to think, what is God trying to teach me? I'm completely distraught. So that's me being honest right now. It is easier said than done. But taking a step back, I have learned that God is trying to teach me to take a step back and to pause. Sometimes those emotions are signals. I remember my therapist was telling me that sometimes those emotions, there's a reason why you feel this way. Either you're not being heard, either you're defending yourself, either you're not safe. They reveal wounds. They reveal things in our hearts that God is trying to heal. And sometimes we're just stubborn. Hey, I'm not judging. They're not meant to replace wisdom or truth. Those emotions are there for a reason. And faith reminds me that even when my emotions are on 10, even when they feel overwhelming, they're not the final authority in my life. You know who is? God is. And I'm learning to sit with God instead of reacting. One of the hardest things for someone with big feelings is the urge to react immediately. Like I just said, being in the moment, I just go. I'm on 10. I'm not thinking, I'm not listening, I'm go. And you want to say something right away. You want to fix something right away. You want to defend yourself right away, to spiral in your thoughts. But I'm learning the power of pausing. I am not a patient person. God knows this. I'm like, God, pray for patience. And he keeps putting it in front of me. And I've failed so many times. And it's easy to just wallow in that self-pity. To just, oh my God, I failed again. The shame that comes with it. When I say the shame, especially if you explode in front of somebody, your emotions are 10 in front of your partner, a friend, a coworker, your boss. It's easy to go back and just feel shameful. Because one, you don't know why you feel that way. There's a root cause of it, you just don't know it yet until you take a pause and you're like, maybe I did too much. I'm not saying you're too much. I'm saying sometimes maybe you're doing too much. And instead of reacting immediately, I'm learning to sit with God first. My mentor told me yesterday, as I was telling her, like, sometimes I'm on 10 and I can't bring it down. And she's like, slap the enemy. You have to slap the enemy. You have to start slapping the heck out of him. How? With prayers. How? Find somebody with more wisdom than you. Somebody who can relate. Somebody who can give you the best advice. Not somebody who's going to bring the chaos. Because we do have friends like that. Like, you tell them something and they're on 10. You're on 10, they're on 10. That's chaotic. You don't want that. You want to sit in that quietness, in that peace. If you have to walk, journal, do what you have to take a pause, to pray, to praise, to worship, to process what you need to process. If you need to tell somebody, hey, I need 10 minutes, I need 20 minutes, I need an hour, I need a day to figure out my emotions, do so. Let them know that everything's on 10 right now and you're not thinking straight. Because you may say something, you may do something out of it, and when you're in your moment, you're like, oof, I kind of did too much. And we have to hold ourselves accountable, but at the same time, be kind to yourself. That pause creates space for wisdom. It creates space to respond instead of reacting. And learning that you're beautifully and wonderfully made. Psalms 139. Read this. When you're in your quiet time, read it. God made us like this for a reason. Because the world is filled with chaos. The world is filled with people who are emotionally numb. Filled with people who just don't feel, who just do things and don't care about anything else. We do things, we care so much. He made us that way for a reason. And this world is not made for us. Neurotypicals made the world for them. They did not make it for us in mind. So we're coming in, they see us as weird, they see us as weak. You know how many times I've been told that I'm weak because I cried? I've been told that I'm weak because I have emotions and I shed tears. Yeah, so many times. But there is nothing against you for having those emotions. You just have to learn to manage them. So if you're a girly or even a man watching this and has RSD, I just want you to know that you're not alone. I understand. I'm with you. If this video resonates with you, share it with somebody else. Leave a comment down below. I want to hear from you. And there's so many topics I'm going to speak about related to ADHD, related through life. This is what my channel is about. So like, comment, and share, and let me know your thoughts. See you later, friends.